Cardi B is definitely pregnant. At least that's what everybody's saying after recent sightings of her during her current court case.
My height, but she is like
What? Say it.
security heavy.
What does that mean?
Like she just looks a little like she could protect the building.
Are you the firstborn child?
To my mom.
Okay, we seriously need to break this Offset situation down because it looks like he might have just let the cat out the bag about Cardi B being pregnant again. This whole saga is already wild, but Offset just poured gasoline on the fire with one little comment that has fans spiraling. So here's the rundown. Cardi B and Offset are in the middle of a nasty divorce, like courtroom drama, nasty. Offset even allegedly asked the judge for a DNA test on their youngest daughter, Blossom, which already had everybody's jaw on the floor. Meanwhile, Cardi didn't waste time moving on because she went public back in May with NFL star Stefon Diggs, and the streets have been buzzing about whether she's carrying his baby instead of Offset's. Fans swear they've been catching the signs. They claim Cardi's been hiding under baggy clothes, and some are convinced they've spotted a baby bump when she thought no one was watching.
Did you notice Cardi B's growing belly? 3 key details suggest she may be pregnant with Stefon Diggs' baby. First, during a recent gathering with friends, paparazzi photos clearly showed a noticeable bump under Cardi's outfit. Their belly button even looked more pronounced. While everyone around her was drinking and celebrating, Cardi didn't touch a drop of alcohol. Even when dancing, she moved carefully, limiting her motions and often placing a protective hand over her stomach. Second, observant fans pointed out a shift in her wardrobe. Cardi, who's known for bold and revealing fashion, has recently opted for looser, more comfortable outfits that don't cling to her belly. Even at public events where heels are expected, she's chosen lower, more stable footwear, another sign pointing to possible pregnancy. But here's the kicker. Back in January, Cardi was spotted shopping in the same schoolgirl-style dress she wore during a previous pregnancy. At the time, she had just divorced Offset and hadn't gone public with her new relationship with Stefon Diggs. When rumors started swirling, her response was vague, saying only that she wasn't pregnant yet.
Cardi, of course, keeps denying it, saying she's not pregnant, but nobody's buying it because the vibes are way too suspicious. Now here's where Offset comes in and makes things even messier. Someone dropped a comment on IG like, "I hope people know that legally that baby will be Offset's if she's pregnant by the other man. It's about to be a mess." And what does Offset do? Instead of ignoring it like most exes would, he jumps right in and replies, "The devil is a lie." Think about it. Why even respond if there's nothing going on? If Cardi really wasn't pregnant, wouldn't it make more sense to just stay quiet and let the rumor die? Offset basically gave the whole situation more life with that one comment, and now fans are convinced he slipped up and confirmed the pregnancy without even realizing it. See, here's the thing. If Offset really knows Cardi is pregnant and then sees a comment trying to pin responsibility on him, of course he's gonna clap back. He wanted to make it clear he's not about to be tied to something that isn't his, but in doing that, it almost feels like he accidentally confirmed that there's actually something real going on behind the scenes. Don't forget, these two already share 3 kids together, so no matter how messy this divorce gets, he still has to see Cardi for the sake of the children. And honestly, I find it almost impossible to believe that Offset wouldn't notice if she's showing. If random fans are spotting changes in her body, you mean to tell me the man who's been around her for years hasn't noticed a single thing? Come on now. That's why his little "the devil is a lie" comment feels way too calculated. It wasn't just some throwaway joke or a playful clapback. It sounded like he was addressing something very specific. And if he truly didn't know anything, why even bother setting the record straight about legal responsibility? That part is what really makes people side-eye him. He could have ignored it. He could have made a sarcastic joke, but nope. He jumped straight into denying being tied to another baby. And that quick reaction has people wondering if he knows way more than he's letting on. Offset's response wasn't just casual, it came off like a man trying to get ahead of a story before it explodes. Now here's where things get even messier, because people aren't just gossiping about Cardi possibly being pregnant, they're digging into who the father might be if the rumors are true. And let's be real, with Cardi going public with Stefon Diggs earlier this year, fans are convinced that if she's carrying, it's his child and not Offset's. That speculation alone has social media going crazy because the timing couldn't be more scandalous. Think about it. Cardi and Offset's divorce has barely even settled into the headlines, and boom, she's showing up linked to a whole new man. Then out of nowhere, fans start whispering about a baby bump. People are saying this isn't just a rebound fling. This might be a whole new chapter starting for Cardi, and maybe sooner than she even planned. But here's the kicker. If Cardi is pregnant with Stefan's baby, the law could still recognize Offset as the legal father since they're technically still married. That's where the real chaos kicks in, because Offset's reaction to that IG comment suddenly makes a lot more sense. It's almost like he was trying to shut down that narrative before it gained traction, but instead, he might have made it 10 times louder. And you know how the internet works? People are already dissecting every new clip, every outfit, every angle of Cardi's body, trying to catch her slipping. Loose sweats? Must be hiding a bump, oversized hoodie? Clearly pregnant. Even simple stuff like her skipping out on a drink at a party has folks screaming, "See, I told you!" It's reached the point where fans are treating it like a full-blown investigation, and Cardi can't sneeze without someone turning it into proof. At the end of the day, Cardi hasn't confirmed a single thing, but the rumors are snowballing fast. And Offset's suspicious little comment just gave them fresh legs to run on. The real question is Cardi sitting on a huge announcement, or are fans just reading too deep into every move she makes? Okay, so while everybody's busy talking about Cardi B's possible pregnancy, let's not forget she's also caught up in a wild trial that feels straight out of a movie. And let me tell you, this courtroom drama has people laughing, gasping, and side-eyeing all at once, because Cardi is naturally hilarious, and even in front of a judge, she's turning this whole thing into entertainment.
My height. But she is like
What? Say it.
security heavy.
What does that mean?
Like she just looks a little like she could protect the building.
Are you the firstborn child?
To my mom. They're wigs. Like, I don't want a guy that I work with to know I'm going to a vagina doctor.
What are form interrogatories?
Honey, I don't know what that means.
What is special interrogatories?
I do not know.
What are requests for admissions?
Here's the rundown. Cardi's being sued for a jaw-dropping $24 million over an incident that allegedly went down back in 2018. At the time, Cardi was pregnant with Culture and went to see her doctor in Beverly Hills. That's where she ran into a security guard named Imani Ellis, who apparently got starstruck seeing Cardi. According to Cardi, Ellis started following her around like paparazzi, phone out, trying to record her every move. Now, Cardi swears this was nothing more than a shouting match, just words flying, no touching, no hands thrown, nothing physical at all. But Ellis is out here telling a completely different story. She claims Cardi spit on her, clawed up her face with those infamous long nails, and even hurled racial slurs at her. And that's why Ellis is demanding $24 million in damages.
Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her a bitch.
You said she's bigger than you? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
I'm looking. I don't agree with that. You used the F word during that fight, didn't you?
Yes.
What other words did you use? Tell us in your own words what you said.
I said bitch.
Yes, $24 million over a hallway argument. But here's the gag. Multiple staff members who were right there in the building are actually siding with Cardi. The receptionist testified that she heard some loud arguing, came out to break it up, and saw no physical fight whatsoever. She was crystal clear about it. There was yelling, but no scratching, no spitting, none of what Ellis is claiming.
And if I was Cardi, I'd be so fucking over it with this bum-ass civil lawsuit. Like, imagine $24 million because you had me fucked up at my doctor's appointment while pregnant? What are we talking about? And before I go any further, this has to be the worst possible fucking thing about celebrity culture and how y'all treat these people like they're still not regular human beings. I'd be damned if I'm just trying to get to my doctor's office and you're not only recording me without my permission, but you're following me. Then I turn around and ask you, because you obviously lost your mind. turn around, ask you, why are you following me?
And then came the doctor's testimony, which made things even messier. He said he personally witnessed Ellis swinging at the receptionist, not Cardi, and described Ellis as being out of control and acting crazy during the whole ordeal. Imagine that. Cardi's supposed victim is the one being accused of lashing out at staff in the middle of the drama. So now this case has turned into a full-blown circus. On one side, Ellis is sticking to her story about Cardi being violent, and on the other, you've got multiple witnesses, including a doctor, backing Cardi's version of events. The question is, will the jury see Ellis as a victim or as someone chasing a big payday off Cardi's name?
This Cardi B trial is one of the funniest things all week, and if you're not familiar, you know, Cardi B's on trial. Like, this woman suing her for like, what, 24 million over like a verbal altercation. Like, come on now, it's a shakedown. But one thing this trial is doing is it's showing me why I fell in love with Cardi B. Cardi B is an entertainer. She is a personality. I have been a fan of Cardi B since I was in middle school, okay, since Vine days. Real ones know, like before Love and Hip Hop, Cardi B was popping on Vine, and she was literally just so funny, just being herself. And that's literally what she's doing on trial. Because what do you mean? They asked her, oh, what do you mean? And she was like, like, what? Cardi B is so funny. Then she just coined a new term. She was like, security heavy. Like, who thinks to say this stuff? Mind you, people will start saying security heavy from now on. That woman is just so hilarious to me, and she really needs her own show. Like, I've always said, like, if Cardi doesn't want to do this music thing no more or whatnot, because honestly, music is not forever for most artists. Like, let's be real. I say she really should get a talk show. Like, I would watch a Cardi B talk show every day. Like, that woman is hilarious.
So here's the wild twist. When all was said and done, the only person who actually walked away with an injury was the receptionist. And guess what? That cut on her head didn't come from Cardi at all. It came from Ellis herself swinging wild in the middle of all that chaos. So basically, the one crying victim in this $24 million lawsuit is the same person who ended up hurting somebody else. Make it make sense. And if that wasn't enough to make people side-eye Ellis, wait until you hear this. When asked in court exactly where Cardi supposedly hit her, Ellis straight up admitted she couldn't even remember. Like, how you suing for millions but can't recall the most basic detail of your own story? That right there had folks in the courtroom whispering and rolling their eyes because it's giving major clout chase vibes. With witnesses lining up on Cardi's side and Ellis tripping over her own claims, most people believe Cardi's about to walk out of this trial untouched. But let's be real. The legal drama isn't even the part that's stealing headlines. The internet is obsessed with Cardi herself because this woman cannot turn off her larger-than-life personality even in the middle of a courtroom battle. She's been cracking jokes, pulling funny faces, and reacting to testimonies like she's in the audience of a reality show instead of the star of a legal case. People on social media are saying watching Cardi in court is like watching a full-on comedy skit. Some are even comparing it to an SNL episode playing out live in front of a judge. It's wild to see someone facing millions in damages and still making everybody laugh in the process. Only Cardi B could turn a courtroom into entertainment and have the internet living for it. The big question now is, will her humor work in her favor, making her look more relatable, or will the jury see it as her not taking the case seriously? So at the end of the day, this whole Cardi B situation is straight up wild. On one hand, you've got a $24 million lawsuit where the so-called victim can't even remember where she was allegedly hit, while all the witnesses, including a doctor, are basically saying Cardi didn't lay a finger on her. On the other hand, you've got Cardi in the courtroom acting like it's her own personal stage, cracking jokes, making faces, and keeping the internet entertained through every single testimony. Only Cardi B could turn a legal battle into trending comedy. And let's not forget, the timing of this trial is happening right when rumors about her being pregnant are blowing up online. Fans are putting two and two together, wondering if Cardi is balancing a messy divorce, a brand new relationship with an NFL star, a possible pregnancy, and a $24 million lawsuit all at once. It's giving full-blown chaos, but somehow Cardi still finds a way to laugh through it and make the world laugh with her. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this lawsuit is going to crash and burn because the story doesn't add up? Or do you think Cardi could still end up paying out just because of her fame and fortune? And on top of that, are you buying into these pregnancy rumors? Or do you think Offset's comment just stirred up unnecessary drama? Let me know what you think about this entire situation down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video if you're living for the drama. I'll see you in the next one, and make sure to click the next video you see on the screen, because we've got even more celebrity chaos to break down.